cause equals to effect. It's not the other way around. It's not the other way around. Effect equals to cause. It's cause equals to effect. Your cause, whatever you think, whatever you feel, will create your future. So if right now, if you have fear, if you have doubt about your ability to create your own reality, to mastermind your success, you will get the results that are not going to be happy for you, not be good for you, because you created it. See, we have people, I have treated many students who have come to me for therapy, and where they have done I'm talking about Form 6, Form 5, even, they have done so well until the trial exam. At the trial exam, they did very poorly in their trial exams, and it was shocking. How can that happen? All the while, A's and B's, top in the class or whatever in the high, 70%, 75%, and suddenly come to the trial exam, they dropped to 30, 35, 40%. What happened there? What happened there? I tell you, as we are growing, every minute we are growing, these belief patterns are gradually taking hold on us. Some very minor, some very major. Some will take effect later in life, some will take now. But it will take effect in life. So their effect came in was, the moment they went for the trial exam, they felt different, they felt frightened. And suddenly the thought came, can I do it? Class exam is different, normal class exam. But trial exam, what happened? They just lost confidence in themselves. They lost confidence. They lost trust in themselves. They lost the belief in themselves, and because they lost belief in themselves, they put too much of stress on themselves. The mind couldn't think, and because the mind cannot think, it cannot bring out what you have studied all this while, because you are too tense. And also, if you notice, they start to think of the future because the parents are already pushing them. I want you to have 5 A's, 6 A's. See, your cousin last year got 10 A's, or so and so, right? All this competition. So when it comes towards the crucial part, you stress out already, and it hits you because you are now being compared to somebody else. And because you are being compared to somebody else, you lose your own identity. And because you lose your own identity, you lose your focus. And when you lose your focus, your actions will follow your focus, your cause and effect. Simple. Not anything else. So, what has happened? The pressure. So the pressure is built up because after trial exam is your SPM exam. After SPM, I must get into Form 6 or A levels. And then again, the parents already planned for them what career they're going to go in. Okay? The parents already planned for them. You're going to go to medicine, you're going to go to engineering, you're going to become a lawyer. They don't give us that opportunity. I'm talking about my time. My father planned everything. Whether you like it or don't like it, you have to go there. Right? So that pressure builds up. So when you find you come to your SPM, you actually mess up. And I'm sure many of you all have been through this situation, experienced to a certain extent, when you've done so well, along the way, when it comes to the finals, something happens and you don't get the results that you should have, or your mind went blank suddenly. You had the answer, but you couldn't bring it out to the paper. But after the exam, I know the answer. I don't know why I didn't think. Because of that pressure. Because of this pressure that we pulled ourselves up from the past. Okay? So I have to get them to break that out, their belief patterns, put new patterns, and when it comes to their actual exams, they actually score and they do very well, and then they move on. So I've done not just Form 5, Form 6 students, I've also done medical students, final year. I've even done specialists, people who have already graduated, already doctors, and now they're doing their specialists. You know, a specialist to become a specialized in surgery and cancer, oncology, and ear, nose and throat, ENT, and all this stuff. And last minute they fail. Just that last point to become a specialist, they fail. All this while they require the last point. It's always about all this pressure. You see, it takes you at the wrong, different times. Where it's going to hit you, we don't know, but it will hit you at different times. So you sabotage your own self. You believe that word? We actually sabotage our own self unconsciously. Doesn't matter if you don't. Unconsciously. We actually sabotage ourselves because of these belief patterns. Because of these belief patterns that we don't know about. We don't know about it. We believe we can do it. But our unconscious mind is not convinced that you can do it. Because it has already been embedded, implanted, programmed that you can't do it. So how much you fight it, you can win the first battle, you can win the second battle, but it comes to the third battle, you will start to already to deteriorate. And I know many people who have done very well in uni, okay, graduated, and then when in the workforce, you will see them now. If you don't believe me, I mean, up to you, but you go to all the pubs and discos, you'll see them drinking or taking drugs to distress. They cannot achieve anything. But in uni, they did everything because there is a pressure, right? You have a certain pressure, you have to fulfill certain obligations. Just like many of you are here. You are pressured to get a qualification so you can be independent, get a job, go to work, right? What happens next? And many of you may not be in the proper career right now for simple reasons, either parents' pressure or peer pressure, or you think this is the easiest way to get a degree. There are many ways of looking at it, okay? There are many ways, alright? But all this plays a role. You may think it doesn't, but today I'm here to open your mind to say it plays a role in your future. So I have seen in my own eyes. I have a friend, when I was in Form 5 in Malaysia, I was MCE. Form 3 to Form 5, he was scoring A's. And when I went on to UK, because I ran away from the house actually, so he went on to Form 6, did very well, got a scholarship, went to US, became an IT professional, joined an IT company, and then went mental. He is now my neighbor, and then still my neighbor. He takes a bicycle, all ragged clothes, picking up pins and saying the world is coming to an end. Father and mother cannot do anything. We sent him for psychiatric treatment, medication. Parents both have died now. He's just in the house like that. Sad. He's not the only case. There are so many cases. So many cases I am seeing now. I am treating now. People coming to me with these kind of issues in their life. That, hey, I did very well in my MCE, my SRP, my SPM, my SDPM, my university. But what's happening to my life now? I cannot sleep at night. I'm feeling sick. My relationships are breaking, right? I am having all kinds of medical issues. I can't get that promotion. I don't know where to go to. All these things because you have been pressured from young. You all are at that stage right now, you know. Believe you me, you all are at that stage, all your students. So this is your opportunity, let us say, to take control back of your life, to take charge of your life, to begin to believe in yourself again. And then, once you have that belief, can we go to the next step? We just cannot jump, right? Everything has to go step by step, right? Anything you want in life, you must have a goal, right? You must have a goal. And we all have different levels of goal. We got a goal. What is your goal when you graduate? What are you studying right now? Accounting. So you're going to come out with a bachelor in accounts. Right, so what are you going to do? Work as an accountant? Or going to work in audit? What are you going to do? Not sure yet. Not sure yet, huh? Just going with the flow and see where it goes. Right? Very good. In a way, it's good because you're not putting pressure on yourself. Okay? What about you? Accounting also. So what are you going to do after you finish your accounting degree? Huh? Become an accountant, so you're going to do your CPA. ACCA. Now no more ACCA, it's all one body only, one accountant body, where you become chartered accountant and certified is the same, right? So you're going to go for that, right? So you already have your plan there, isn't it? And after that? Huh? After that? Work. Work for who? Work for who? For yourself. So before you can work for yourself, what do you need to do? Knowledge is gained every day. We learn every day. Even to the day we are about to die, we are still learning. We are learning every day. He's got a certain plan. He's got a long-term plan. He wants to become an accountant. And his long-term plan is to run his own company. Does he have a short-term, medium-term plan? You need to have that. Your medium-term, the short-term plan right now is to graduate with your degree. Your medium plan is to me, as I was in your situation, is to work for a good company, an accounting firm, a decent accounting firm, gain enough of knowledge and experience, and also to network, to build up my client base. So when the time is ready for me to switch to my own company, I already have this with me. Short term, medium term, long term. Okay? So we all must have goals. We all must have goals in life. We just cannot throw the dart in the dark, right? The dart must go to the bullseye. You want to go to the bullseye, you have to throw something you're aiming for. So you need to aim for something in life. Alright? So whatever you're aiming in life, only you know. Only you know. But it must start with three things. Short term, medium term, long term. Short term can be anything between 24 hours to 3 years. Medium term can be anything from 3 years to 5 years. And long term, 5 years till the day you are ready to go to the next world. It just continues. That is, you will have that in your emails. The values are written it down, right? It's all there. So we start with the goals. I'm sure many of you have started with SMART goals. You know what is SMART, right? Huh? And I'm sure you have other speakers spoken to you all about this already, isn't it? Am I right? Have you all gone through this before? SMART goals. Have you all been through this before? So you have been through it before. So you just make it simple. Many of you have not been through it here as well. Make it simple. When we can touch our nose like this, we are like to touch it like this. Isn't it in life? We can touch our nose like this, right? But we are trying to touch it this way. And this is what the world is all about today, right? This what is the world is about. Confusing you all the time. Instead of giving you the direct information, it gives you all indirect. Causes more and more confusion in our thoughts. Okay? In our thoughts. So make it simple. You want to be a chartered accountant? Fine. You want to be a chartered accountant? Fine. You want to be a housewife? Also fine. It's also a goal. There's nothing to be ashamed about it. Understand? What about you? Huh? Broadcasting. Broadcasting. Alright. Very good. Something different. Huh? But broadcasting involves a lot of talking, isn't it? Right? Why are you not talking? Because you're listening. Very good answer. See, she is when I can say she will go somewhere. She's listening. Very good. Do you understand what I spoke so far? Can I ask you one question? Again, huh? Sure? I might ask you later. The goal that you choose for yourself, make sure that it's measurable to you. That's something that you can achieve, with your confidence, with your abilities, with your own resources. Don't go for something that is not you. Because we all have certain characteristics in us. My father tried to force me to be a doctor. Really. I wanted to be something else. But I ended up treating doctors now. So somewhere around I came back that way. I treat doctors now. I treat psychiatrists. They come to my clinic for help. I treat them. So I'm beyond a doctor, but it's something that I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm doing what I love. What you really need to do is, you got to find something that you really will enjoy doing. Something you'll be happy to go to work every day to. That it doesn't become a work. It's something it's like a vocation. It's like a hobby. You go there, you're happy. Not you're going somewhere and you're trudging. And I have, in my training 19 years ago, 20 years ago, when I did the intensive training, one of my training was to sit in front of a certain banks at 7:30 in the morning. I'll sit outside the bank and I watch the staff going to work. And I make my analysis from there. When the morning they're going to work, they're all going very fast, and then they get like that. That's on a Monday, right? But you can see the tension in them. Nobody is smiling. Nobody is smiling. They're walking to work, stopping, taking the paper, buying nasi lemak and all. Nobody is smiling, really. Nobody. Out of, let's say I see 1,000, maybe 10 only are smiling. The rest is all gloomy face, like facing hell or facing you know what. You know, that's like as if they're going to go and get themselves executed or something. No smile. You know, just like a normal, just walking. And I observe them. And after work finish, you coming out and see how they have face all ground down. Next morning, you can see the energy level drop. When it comes to Friday morning, you'll see they are like this, like tada pa. But you wait till 4:30 when office close. The moment office close, they're coming out, you see the difference. Oh, smiling, how are you? I'm watching this for 1 week, you know. What happened? They were looking forward to their holiday, to the weekend. There was sudden change in them. Why can't they have that same spirit in them every day? Because they are doing something that they're not happy about. It's just a place to cari makan, to pay the bill, pay the roof, pay the roof and pay the expenses. But you're not doing something that you're happy about. So when you're able to do something, and to be successful, do something that makes you feel happy. If you want to go to broadcasting, go all the way to broadcasting. Accounting, go all the way. Don't let anyone take away your dream. Take back control. That's whatever you want to do. If you are comfortable with it, your heart feels it, you feel inside there's a feeling that yes, this is what I want. Your gut feeling may call it, follow it. You cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong. But if you have two minds, this or this, this or this, come and see me. I'll help you to find the right one. Really, I'll help you to find what is your. Because we are all individuals. We are all individuals. Okay. Number 3, we talk about when you have a goal in mind, you must start acting it really. Really. Because what happens is we got to take the critical mind. Remember we started talking about the critical mind of the ego. The critical mind, the ego puts blockages in our belief patterns, right? I can do it, It says, no, you can't do it. I'm beautiful, it says I'm beautiful. The critical mind says, no, you're ugly. You're fighting that constant devil with you, the constant battle going on within you, right? Constantly. That is your critical mind. So what you have to do is you have to believe and you have to start acting it. You got to start acting that way. You got to start believing that you will be successful. You got to start already thinking in your mind, right? While you're doing now, you should already start to visualize your office. You understand? Your own office. Even though you haven't reached there, you're still studying, but you're visualizing now, creating that picture to override your critical mind, your ego. That this is my office, this is how it's going to be, this is how I'm going to decorate it, how my table, these are my clients coming in, and this is what I'm going to be doing. You don't look at the money, because if you look at how much money coming in, you lose. You must look at what you are doing, interacting. When you do that, the universe will respond accordingly. It will give you more than what you do. But if you keep people saying, keep imagining you got 50,000 in your bank account, all that is nonsense. Don't stop believing all that. Stop believing all that. There must be no limits to what you can earn. There is no limits to what you can earn. The moment you put a figure, you are limiting yourself. Am I right? So there cannot be any figure. It's just open, that's it. So what you must really see, acting as if you are doing it now. So if anybody here wants to be a doctor, start acting as if you are like a doctor in your mind. In your mind. Start thinking like a doctor. Behaving, learning about what doctors behave. Looking at your clinic, how your clinic is going to be. For an accountant, for a lawyer, for broadcasting. What is required in broadcasting? PR is required. So what are all the other issues are required in broadcasting? Whatever else that you all are doing. And those who are lecturers, you're a lecturer here. What are you going to be the next step for you? Are you going to continue being lecturer, or is there another level for you to go that you can go up? Instead of, okay, I reached lecturer, is covering my expenses, but are you happy? Are you going to bed at night and feeling happy? If you're not happy, you're in the wrong job. But if you are no choice at this moment of time, you must already plan something using this job as the launch pad. Okay? To launch from here what you want to do, what you want, and believe. But you must believe in you and like feeling in you that you're going to do it. Then start working towards it. Because there's so much more beyond what you are doing here right now. Okay? I've already talked about realistic just now, so put that aside. Time. Now, we need to give our unconscious mind a certain time frame. Okay? Now, I always say this word. When we say, you know, many of us actually sabotage ourselves on a daily basis. Have you heard of this word called try? Really? Have you heard of this word called try? And I believe you all are using it almost every day, every sentence in your life. I try to color, I'll try to do, I'll try to like you, I'll try to hate you, I'll try to be happy, I'll try. Right? You know, you are actually giving your unconscious mind a route to failure. Because your unconscious mind does not accept certain words, but you are creating it through your ego. So you have created the word try. Can I try to lift this glass? It's either I lift it or I don't lift it, right? Right or not? Can I try? Try me like that. Cannot see. I try it. I cannot. Either I pick it up or I leave it. No two ways about it. No two ways about it. But you have given yourself an option to sabotage yourself by using the word try. Get rid of that word try. Because the moment you commit to something, you must work towards it, because the universe will work with you. Because you commit. So if I said, I will lift this glass, means I will lift this glass. I cannot say I will try to lift this glass. So if I say I will do my best, I will do my best. I will find my way to do my best. I cannot say I will try to do my best. Because if I say I will try to do my best, I am giving myself the option to fail. An excuse to not do my best. Giving your ego the power. You don't want to give the ego your power. You want to be in power. So either you do it or you don't do it. So no more try. Get rid. Be conscious of the word try. You cannot try. Either you do it or don't do it. And this calls for commitment and belief and trust in yourself. So you must believe and trust in yourself, and then you commit to do it. You will see the difference in your life. You will see it. If you start today, 1 year, 9 months down the line, I hope you'll be calling me and say, Stajida, this is what happened after I started doing these things. The changes in my life, all positive. You will. I'm very sure. I'm 101% sure. So get rid of the word try. Try has no meaning in your life. And any one of you also, another thing you must understand. Our subconscious mind cannot understand the word don't. So when we tell people don't be angry, they become more angry. Am I right? Don't be shy. More shy. It's our facts. Our subconscious mind cannot accept the word don't. If you all have been a mother or a father or an uncle and auntie, when you tell the child, don't spill the water, the child will spill the water. Don't shout, the child shouts some more. Right? This is truth, isn't it? Happening in our life because we use the word don't. Subconscious mind don't understand the word don't. So as far as the subconscious mind, it is hearing the word spill the water, cry some more, shout some more. So they are hearing the word cry, shout some more. They are not hearing the word don't. Don't was just added on for people for some reason, I don't know why. So the word don't does not play another thing in our lives. Change your word. Change your word from don't. Okay, what can we use? Can't. I can't do it. Can't you do it? The other word about don't is to change your word to I will do my best. I will do my best. So I said, don't be shy, but tell you, I will say, do your best to be happy. You change. This takes time, but I'm just sharing with you there are words that you can use. There are words that you can use which your subconscious mind accepts, and they are empowering words, enriching words, love, confidence, empowerment, enrichment, success, discipline, focus, commitment. These are positive words that our subconscious mind takes in and will work with you. So use these words in your own way, in your speaking, in your writing, in your thinking. Okay? Stop these words don't and try. Throw it out of your vocabulary. It doesn't exist. You're only putting yourself down. You are actually blocking yourself. So when we have the word time, if you don't have a specific time, how are we going to achieve anything? There is a time zone, right? There is a time. But you got to place that timing, only you know. Only you know. That you want to become an accountant. How old are you now? So you are 20. When do you wish to have your own practice? 35. So you have a time gap, you have a time zone, right? So you got from 20 to 35, you got 15 years. And 15 years will pass by just like that. It will pass by just like that, okay? When I see you all here, it reminded me of my time when I went, my first day I stepped into London College of Economics in London. And I look at you all now, and how many years have passed? That was in 1980. 1980 January. Today is now June 2018. How many years already? 30. 38 years. I still remember London. I still remember. 38 years old. Many you not even born yet. Not even in the making yet. Huh? I was already doing that. So how time flies, huh? As snaps. So you have 15 years. 15 years, start working. Break your goals down. So you must have a target in you, a time zone. Acceptable time zone. 35 is good. If you say 30, I will say you are asking for trouble. Really, I will say because I'm basing it on experience in what I see. Right? Because you need enough exposure. And exposure only comes with time. Exposure comes with time. It doesn't come, you got 10 customers means you got 10 experiences. No. You have the different levels of customers, of clients, and different experiences. You got to bring it all together. Understand? Then only you can really proceed to do a good job. Because at 30, if you target yourself at 30, you are 5 years short of experience. That 5 years can cause you so much of trouble in your business. So have an acceptable time zone, time frame. Okay? And always a good time to practice, to start practice on your own is 35 actually. It is 35. 34, 35 is a good time to make that switch because there is another level of evolution taking in our maturity progress. We mature at different stages in our lives. From a child to 6 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old. And from 5, 6 years old, the next maturity for the child is about 11 to 12. Okay? And then from 11 to 12, the next maturity level for the person is between 16 and 15, 16, 17, somewhere around there, those 3 years. And then the next one is between 23, 24. And then it jumps to 35. And then it jumps to 43, 44. And then it jumps to 54, 55. After that, it still jumps. If you live that long, at 70, it jumps again. There's an evolution. These are facts, have been researched and done in many, many countries. So I'm sharing with you facts. So there's always different levels. What you're thinking now, and 5 years from now, will be a different thinking, completely. Because you see the world differently. Because of your experiences that you encounter directly and indirectly in your life. Remember, experiences don't have to be directly encountered. Okay? Experiences don't have to be directly encountered. They are also indirectly encountered. I'm going to share one joke with you. That recently there's some couples who've been talking to me where they are on the verge of a divorce. Okay? And I'm talking about couples who have been married for 30 years, 25 years, 30, 35 years. Right? And nothing really wrong. One is, when the children grew up, they always focus on the children, they forgot to focus on themselves. When the children, the same fly as the nest, the children graduate, go overseas, get married, suddenly the house empty, only husband and wife. And then they realize that they've been focusing on their children so much, they forgot about themselves. And they suddenly understand they're looking at two different strangers. Really, for the first time in their life, they're looking at strangers. Because other than, there's always a child. Whatever the problem is, always the child. Everything's for the child, children, children, children. Children gone, they got nothing else. They're looking at each other. And that's when they begin to understand they don't like each other. There's no love. Things have to happen. That is one part of the marriage starts to break down. So we work on getting it better. The other part is, we get very easily influenced by other people. And one of the best influences today is all your soap opera on TV. Soap opera on TV. The Hindi one, the Chinese one, what, the Korean one, Chinese one, what? You know how you can get engrossed to it until you forget what you're doing? And not only that, you start to suspect the husband or wife having an affair. Isn't it? These are true factors. It's nice to laugh now, but I am experiencing this now in my patients. Husband and wife is sitting down there, and the wife is saying, my husband now every day come back home late. He must be having an affair outside. Husband says, I'm working so hard to build you, give you this bungalow, give you everything, I'm working, and you are always in touch with me. You're calling my office, I'm there. You're doing this, I'm there. All these years, why you never asked them, told me that you think I'm being dishonest to you or unfaithful to you? Why suddenly now? Why now? The last few months suddenly you're feeling that I'm being unfaithful to you. The wife said, no, I just feel that way now, you're very unfaithful. I think maybe you're having an affair with your secretary, how I know? Or your accountant, how I know? They will say this in front of me. And when I asked the wife, how did you come to this conclusion that your husband is having an affair? How do you come to this conclusion? She just kept quiet, listening to me. No, I see people talking about it, they ask this, no, I see the TV. Oh, TV! What? Then you begin to break down. The TV program will show all the divorce cases, the husband having an affair outside, the wife at home. Correct or not? So they are always sitting at home, husband coming back home late. So the TV is showing the characters of all this, right? So the wife is getting pulled in. She's getting programmed. She's getting hypnotized, really, to a certain, going to a trance. So she starts to think that what the movie is showing, what the characters are playing there, what is going on in the scenario is beginning to affect her life. And because it's affecting her life, she doesn't trust her husband anymore. Her husband not doing anything. You see how powerful are these? How we are influenced unconsciously, right? It doesn't happen to us, but we begin to believe it's happening to us, right? Because of all this constant. Why are we always buying McDonald's and KFC? Do you know they are all using reverse psychology? They use advertising gimmicks. I was an advertising guy, I know. That's how you are. Every day they play the same thing. The advertising come, you first think KFC, first think McDonald's. You know, isn't it? You go there, but the food is horrible, but you still go there. You still go there. Huh? You go to all this coffee, you pay $20 for the coffee is horrible, but you still go there. Why? You see how you are being influenced and manipulated. Using these techniques, how your life has been influenced. So can you imagine how much your life is being influenced right now that you don't know about? But you will come to know as you grow up, as you progress. New fears, new doubts will come out. So this is where you now must take back that control. Now, today, a new chapter opens in your life. Right? This, I will take control back of my life. I am in charge of my life. I believe I can and I will. You know, I do not give permission to anyone to control my life. I control my own life. Let this empowering words be you. And when you do the breathing exercise just now, let these words go in. I am in charge. I believe in myself. I love myself. I respect myself. Even though you feel uncomfortable, say it to yourself. Keep repeating it until it bypasses the critical mind and goes in. And once it goes in, it cannot come out. And once it goes in, it creates a new reference point for you. And that is going to lift you in your life. And things will begin to happen. Really happen.